everyone, and welcome to the third Detective Grimoire game, Tangle Tower. And this time, I got Nico!
Meowdy.
Yee! Are you excited about this?
I guess. I think you're the one that's more excited about it than I am.
Fair enough. Should I explain, what the Detective Grimoire games are to you? Since I think this is your first time really hearing about the series.
You can, go ahead.
So, Detective Grimoire was a series made way back during Newgrounds time.
Ooh.
I think it was around 2007 when the first game was made by the SFB, or the Super Flash Brothers, who are Tom and Adam.
Okay.
And it's this whole entire series of this detective accidentally falling into a mystery about people hunting cryptids.
Ooh.
So, yeah. It doesn't happen in the first game. They actually take that out of canon, even though they talk about it in the second game. But in the second game, at the very end, we learn that Richard Remington was a part of this organization of hunters that hunted cryptids, and we're going to try to hunt them down. So we finally get a lead, hearing about Tangle Tower. Because when we were exploring his house during the last game, we found a letter from a family known as the Fellows.
The Fellows.
Mm-hmm. And strangely enough, the Fellows live at Tangle Tower. And
I really love that name, the Fellows.
Yeah, so do I. But you ready to explore what kind of mystery that the Fellows and the Remingtons have delivered to us this time?
Sure.
Let's do this then. I played this a lot, as you can see. But we're playing a new game.
Everything's so pink.
Very. Look at this art style. They freaking upgraded the art style so much for this game, and now it's their, signature style. I love it so much. It's so...
But man, just
bright.
Talking about Newgrounds, that's a callback and a half.
I know, right?
I'm not old.
Tangle Tower. Mid-afternoon. Like said.
Okay, just looking at them. Okay, no, I've not seen any gameplay of this.
Okay. So, funny enough, this is a character from the last game. She's now our assistant. She was a suspect before. She apparently decided after losing her job, I guess, at the attraction that she worked at, she worked at a gift shop. And she decided to come along with us to be our assistant because I guess it pays better. At least that's my theory on it. Either that or she likes Grimoire.
Okay, so I'm sorry that we suspected you of possibly a murder or whatever the frick happened, but hey, you want to tag along with us anyway?
Yeah.
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
My apologies.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Okay. So here's our crime. Did you want to read it?
Murder victim, Freya Fellow, 19. Oh, the Fellows. Died whilst painting a portrait of the Flora Fellow, 58. Location, Flora's Tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene. The subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color, I like how they put like a U in that color, because you know there's different ways to spell that. The red color on the tip of the knife is not pink. It was discovered to be blood.
Ooh. Oh, and we have a Tangle Tower. A small painting on a scrap of paper and a few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected connected at a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The color is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer, pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is the current home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family.
Pointer?
Huh. That's all we got. Can I look around? Ooh, okay.
Pointer family, huh? So what's their point?
Who knows?
So, who do you think did it?
Sally, you know full well we haven't met a single suspect yet. We haven't even been to the crime scene.
Still, I reckon I've got it all worked out.
Uh-huh. It was the butler.
It's a
wasn't
bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
So, is there like a point?
That's a big
like,
lake.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So is there like a point, like some words that they say are different colored? Because when he said tune, it was blue.
It might be a
Is
little
there-
clue. Maybe in the future, but we just don't have enough information yet.
Okay.
It's kind of purple. Looks poisonous.
I think it's just water.
Yeah,
Then why is it purple?
water with poison in it. It's just an archway, but it seems a little ominous. Like walking through it might give you bad luck.
Too late.
Alright, shall we move forward?
Where? I mean,
It's a
like, what else you
garden.
gotta do? Stand there?
I think.
Maybe.
It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
Let's go. Look at the little chibis! They're so cute!
Okay, that is adorable.
Well, 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 what do we have here? Those who have seen the first playthrough might recognize this creature. It's Boggy!
Who?
So in the first game, they suspect that this mythical legendary creature, who they called Boggy, killed Lord Remington. In actuality, it was just someone trying to frame the creature.
Does the creature actually exist? Like, is there actually creatures in this game?
Scarily enough, yes, Boggy actually exists, and he captured our murderer,
Huh.
and we just left him alone afterward.
Fair?
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
Playing a harp.
playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Oh? Oh.
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
It doesn't seem like this puzzle can be solved yet.
Let's come back later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
An old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's four column segments.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
What animal is that?
Hawk. Bear. Lizard.
Right, of course. A hawk bear lizard.
Wherever it is, its eyes glowing.
I noticed something strange here. I'm gonna click it.
And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Oh, damn.
The cassette tape seems to be damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
Sure? Alright, we'll move forward. I just really like the dialogue in this game.
He's a goofball.
They're all goofballs.
Main entrance.
Oh.
What?
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tower.
Damn it, he beat me to it.
Twar.
They both did.
I was about to say that, but no, they got to it first.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Fair. Ooh. Something's in the bush.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
Did you want to take this one?
The envelope has been ripped open. There is a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheets. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there.
Heh. Find what down there?
Meh.
Oh, look. I just noticed that.
Ah, there's a heart engraved in the tree. I didn't know people actually did that.
PPFF.
Oh. Huh.
It looks like someone from the Pointer family and someone from the Fellow family.
I would agree with that. Alright, let's
Also,
see if
can
they'll
you
ask.
can you fi-
Oh,
can you
Should we
fix
ring the doorbell?
Sorry. Go ahead.
can you fix that O? Can you like take it off the ground
No.
and see if you can put it back? No.
We can't. I will tell you that we can't. I'm sorry. Your OCD will have to suffer today.
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Well,
Don't think it's
go
locked.
inside.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
Alright, we walk in then.
The Grand Hall.
A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion? This one has a big P.
That's probably important.
Ha.
That was a stretch.
How very P-ceptive of you.
That was also a stretch. I like the
Now it's a
Like-
big glass tube
Sorry.
filled with water.
I like the color scheme. Like the right side of the room is obviously purple, but the left side of the room is just there's just so much more brightness to it because of the yellow or gold.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of that in this game. Color is so much their friend. They are so good with color. And lighting.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Oh. Alright. Let's look at
What
this.
is that?
I
Family
think it's a
tree,
family
probably.
tree.
Oh, I just said what she said. A family tree.
Hello there. The Remington
Lord Remington.
family.
Ooh.
He sounds important.
This was our murder victim in the last game, Richard Remington.
We have the fellows, we have the Remingtons, we have the Pointers.
And the Everstones, the Everstones was the murderer.
Oh, I see one Everstone in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a desk, there's a stone top, there's a bracklight.
Well, this is our murder victim.
Fiona Fellow. Dead center. She must be important.
She's half fellow and half Remington.
Do you think she still lives here?
Flora Remington.
I think she's mentioned in our case file.
She is. She was the one that was being painted. Click this.
Richard Remington.
The one and only.
I love how they don't mention the first game. Just little subtle things.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty.
Alright. Is there any other names you want to check? Or are we good?
You check what you want to check. It's just like, do they have something important to say about every single person?
Maybe?
Poppy Pointer.
She's half Remington and half Pointer.
Do you think she still lives here?
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
Oh, that's our murder victim. I thought it was Fiona. My mistake.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, barely.
Emily Everstone. Do you think she still lives here?
Why was he...
Why would he solid?
Wait, is that the name of the little girl from the first game? Has it taken me this long to realize that? Cause like, the murder of the last case and the little girl kind of look similar. They both have like red hair, and they both wear yellow and green. Holy shit! Okay. Anywho, I think we're good. It's wanting us to go here. This is our murder scene.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
The picture doesn't show that she's actually close to it.
Yeah, but with her feet right there, she definitely was against the canvas, but no weapon was found at the scene of the crime either.
Yes, but again, just looking at that middle picture, the feet are further away from the canvas than what you actually see. So, the canvas was probably moved?
Maybe. Either that or it's just a really bad angle. Because here it looks like she was right against it.
Yeah, but in the case file, it looks further.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The palette has a variety of colors loaded onto it. The largest blob of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered in a dry red paint.
Or is it blood?
It might be.
Freya's painting supplies.
Small glass bottles of red, yellow, blue, black, and white. The glass pots are all cracked down to one side. Interesting.
Freya's painting supplies.
Oh, okay, so that's all one thing.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. Weird. Very weird.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
I love this puzzle. Alright, so. We're in the way, but that's okay. So, there's something very strange about the Freya's... Wait, Freya was killed. Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood. Because Freya was gonna know. Because it stabbed Freya? Let's try that.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. Even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Damn. She right. Whoa. Chapter 1, an unfinished painting. Alright. Shall we examine this room or should we talk with Flora?
You go right ahead. I have no say in this part because I'm just watching.
Okay. Flora is my favorite character, so of course I'm going to talk to her first because her dialogue is the best, and you'll realize why in a moment.
Flora Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Could you please talk about yourself to us, Flora?
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Can we talk about yesterday, Miss Flora?
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Yep. Can we get a statement?
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Amazing dialogue.
I know, right?
Such an in-depth character. She has such a way with words.
I know, and her voice actor is amazing.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
Can we talk about Freya?
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I
Damn.
don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
We can show us this stuff.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Very well.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. It's all from this floor.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
Ooh.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
That's a huge crack. What are you talking about? Goes from the whole entire horn to the machine.
I'm sure it still works, but any audio you might hear from it sounds garbled.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
Pink. Oh my, that is pink.
It's also... Why is everything cracked?
Well, maybe it was in the... I'm guessing they're trying to say that this was in the gramophone?
Yes, but the painting bottles were also cracked on one side. It's just like...
Curious. And this was something to Freya, too.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
Let's try. Why not? Let's play the pink one. Ooh, it still works. That's really pretty.
But yeah, the cracks do seem
It's
to fit
piano
from the
music.
gramophone and the cassette tape.
Yeah, it's a perfect alignment, almost. It's recording a piano music. Plays for a short while before stopping. We can drag it too. What happens at the end, I wonder? Did it get mushed up because of the crack? Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks. Let's figure out what on earth this green one is.
Weird.
Okay, that is weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
This audio kind of give me vibes where I'm gonna die in 7 days.
Agreed.
What about
A little
the-
pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
Hmm?
I was about to point out the giant golden egg, but plant also works.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
Okay. Well, we can check the golden egg.
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
Yay, our first
I
puzzle.
think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Swap the gems and rotate the egg on the clipboard. Okay.
That's literally just giving the answer, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's all mixed up, so we have to find those lines. So, like, the red one is on the short end of this long one, and at the end of that is a green one. So that's right here. So reds go here, green goes here. There's also a long L one. Long end has blue, while the short one has purple, which is this one. And then the last thick one is red one near the bend is red, and then the long end is the other end is blue. So now we just have the thin ones left. That one's purple, that one's yellow. The one on the short end is green. So where's the box one? This one. Short end green, long end yellow. And then pink to pink. Alright, I think we got it.
Nope.
No!
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg?
Did I fuck up somewhere?
I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
You might have used a gem from a different thing that you already solved and just mixed it up again.
Oh, I mixed these two up.
That's the one.
There we go.
Hey, not bad.
What's in it?
Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
God damn it.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
Sure, why not?
We'll go with that.
Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is soft and velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. The rest of the 3 strange feet with pointed claws. It rests. Sorry. Why is the door on the floor? I just noticed that.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
I also find it weird that there's an eye on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
You sure?
I don't know about that, man.
It's so dark back there.
Somehow the sunlight doesn't seem to be making it very far into the room. Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
Fair. Alright, we can explore now, I bet. Yep. So, where should we go? Should we just start at one side and then go to the other?
We could, yeah.
Okay,
Let's see.
sure. East room.
A workshop with a very sad man in it.
Fish?
In a big pufferfish.
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
Well, I thought he was sad. No, he's just sleeping.
Let's find out. Oh, yeah, he was sleeping.
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah?
Huh?
Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
There's secret rooms here?
Speaking, that sort of thing.
Let's talk about yourself.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer / treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
Alright. What are your accounts for yesterday, sir?
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
Can we get your statement?
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Thank you,
Right.
Sally.
Fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
That's a good husband right there. Alright, let's talk about people. Tell me about Flora.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two
Damn.
still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know. Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old.
Aww.
She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
And about yourself.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Well, you talked about painting. Let's talk about the paints.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
Sus.
Stop it.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah, yes, so we shall. It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts.
What do you
and
see if it's not a
shapes,
knife?
Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Heh. Okay then.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. But that looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Okay.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
Fair.
I'm as confused as you are. But that looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Really? Okay then. Do you know anything about
Rather
the statue?
ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall.
Okay. I might as
What's
well.
this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's
Oh, okay.
father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the fellow family?
Hunters?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yep.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
I like him.
I like him too. He's great. Let's take a look at his stuff. Why
A
not?
little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Damn. Wait. Where's the red? You need red, and there's no red here.
Yeah, where's the red?
Heh.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Ooh,
What's
okay.
the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
Did you want to try to solve this one?
I'll give it a glance. I'm not sure if I'll be able to solve it though.
Okay, so here's your picture, and then we have this above it, and we have to figure out which island this is and which direction it's facing.
Okay. So I think I already see the spot, but like I'm not quite. Is it? Am I supposed to choose in the middle between all of that?
Like one of these islands is our spot, obviously. And then we have to choose a direction. So that like the big sea dragon is in view. I think
Yep.
a mountain,
There's the egg.
birds, and
the
a
mountains. And
and a tree.
oh, I didn't even notice the bird. Like I thought I already found the spot, but then you mentioned the bird. It's like, wait, that's. Hmm. I mean, I thought it was going to be the I-4 spot, but then you said
There are no
direction.
birds.
I don't see any birds, so that threw me off. There's birds on top of a palm tree, though, but it could also be on the other side.
Well, it looks like there are birds here, 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 and
I can't see
here.
a mouse.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. I think
At
I
least
can...
from the screen share, I can't see your mouse.
Let me do a thing
It should
real
be
quick.
fine, though.
Pause for a moment. Oh wait, no, I can't do that either. Because then you would hear yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Damn it.
It'll be fine.
Okay, we're back.
Mm,
I can say it then. There's birds on C6, E2, H5, and M4.
yeah, I see the birds. It's just that, unfortunately, The only spot that would seem to make sense would be the palm tree and the birds at B6 and C6. That's where the birds and the palm tree seem to match. But I don't see...
Do you need to look at the box again?
Wait a minute. Go back to the picture. Right. Are we supposed to choose... Okay, we're supposed to choose the
island and the
with
direction.
X and...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's probably most likely H6 looking west and looking west.
There we go.
Nice job.
Perfect.
What's inside?
What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Aww.
Probably the family. Oh, there's the
And there's our red paint.
Yep.
Ma resembles a guy. I think this is Fiona. That's Flora. We have no idea who this guy is.
And apparently a bird.
A burp. But here's our red paint that we were missing before. I gotta check. You see anything weird about the two paints?
One of these things not like the other. It seems the red paint bottle is actually shaped differently than the other four.
Then it has a different symbol on it. And if we were to look, come on. These have mountains on it, but this one doesn't.
The bottles, they've been mixed up.
Yeah. We got questions.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Uh-huh.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Aww. Okay, that's kind of sweet.
But still nothing to point about how the bottles are different.
We might talk about that later, maybe. Or maybe... hold on.
Like,
If I do...
yeah, I was
Nope.
curious about that.
Nothing. We might talk about it later. Alright.
How long does your videos usually go, by the way?
About an hour. We got 5 more minutes.
Hmm.
I feel like since this is the first episode of this and it's gonna take pretty long while, I'll make the first episode maybe an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
That sound good?
It's your video. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Mm.
And also, this feels like a weird place to stop, already, so I might as well get to
Exactly.
another room, try to make a little more progress.
I want to at least get one, maybe everywhere we see first.
Hmm.
so this is Freya's room. Okay.
Even though we're halfway up a tower, someone's been tracking in mud from outside.
That painting is really something.
Yeah.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
A small photograph of Freya's abstract painting, a piece of adhesive tape stuck there.
Yep.
Thank you. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges.
Freya's bear.
Looks pretty depressed.
He's had a rough couple of days.
I imagine so.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either.
No windows, there's pipes, there's vents. I'm most likely certain that this is like an engine room, but not quite engine room, probably a steam room.
It's a storage room.
Maybe that too, yeah.
You got the full-on Harry Potter experience.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
It's Freya's bed. Little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
That must be Poppy and whoever the other
Fritz.
one. Yeah, Fritz.
And then Fifi on the top, and Hawkshaw on the far right.
Hawkshaw looks creepy.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, let's look at these brushes.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe.
Oh, we got another puzzle?
They're not real paintbrushes.
Oh.
Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Okay,
I'm
so
leaving
we got
this one up to you.
Alrighty.
Because if I try some of them, it might take a while and take up, like, room in your video.
Nah.
When it could be probably solved faster with you doing it.
Because I've done this before.
Yes. And as much as I would love to do these awesome experience and fun with you, I don't want to drag the video out too long by trying to figure it out.
It's fine. I'll at least solve this part and you can solve the rest. There we go. It's all together. So, if the first one is short with an orange stem, the second one is green, the one in the middle is of a brush with that size and has pink, the fourth one is blue, the fifth one is one of the rectangle ones, and then the last one is the tallest one.
Are we... What's the point of this? Like, going from, like, what's on the left to all the way to the right? So, like...
Yeah, so we have to take what's on the paper and as our clue to arrange the brushes in the correct order.
I guess the pink stem brush with the blue on it is in the right spot, I think.
Okay.
The green.
This just has green paint on it, and then this one will have blue paint on it.
Yeah. But if I feel like in the third spot the pink stem with the blue is already the right fit, then I'd probably imagine the orange stem with the blue paint on it would probably be on the fourth spot. That'd be my guess anyway. And there's no room.
And there's
Number
no
two
more.
has number two has green on it.
Yeah, it just says
But-
green.
Yeah, but it's a matter of which green are they talking about because can't quite figure that out yet.
Yeah, well, at least we know this. This last one is definitely wrong because it's not the tallest.
Wait, are we actually looking for the? Actually, wait. So I guess height also matters in all this.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the orange stem with like the red on it go on the furthest right one then?
The shortest one, you said? This one? Or the one on
The
5 right now?
no 5 is yeah maybe 5's not fine actually, or maybe it is. This one perplexing me. I'm too smooth brained for this one.
Do you want me to solve it then?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, so because
Let's see if I was
we're
on the
looking...
right track at least.
Okay. So the first one, since it needs to be short and it has to have an orange handle, has to be this one.
Does it have to be short though? Like what's
Yes.
the giveaway for the first one having to be short?
Because it's in the this is the order that they have to go in on the paper. I just put it together and this is how the paper would read out. So the first line on the paper would be their links, the second one would be the color, the third one would be their brush shape, and then the last one would be their stem color. So like, since that brush on number 1 has to be number 1 because it's the shortest orange brush, that means 5 has to be this one because it's the only square brush left.
Yeah.
Which also, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. So like, the further on the number it goes, the longer it should be. Keyword should. So
Maybe.
is number 3 actually at least correct?
Well, let's see. Well, I know I have to move the one on 4 all the way to this one because it's the only one left that is the longest out of the 2 right there on 5 and 6 now. But now 4 is incorrect because it's not blue. So we have to move 4 to 3. Because that's the
That
brush
one's
type
also
we need.
with the brush shape, yeah.
Yeah.
So 3. Wait, I got that wrong, really.
And then 2's okay. Because it's got green paint on it.
That's done it.
Neat. What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
Hmm.
It's Freya and someone else, someone with red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why puzzles are more your thing, while a lot of the other things are my thing,
Fair enough.
like math.
Next room.
The library.
Books about ancient history?
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks. Books about geography.
Skip. Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge, the archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
Books about birds.
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
You knew this already.
Books about nature?
And there's one really
It's an
special.
illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Yeah, I'd say when I was younger, I was more of a half-full kind of person. Then as of late, it's probably been half empty. I'm trying to keep myself in a... Okay, this glass just has half of it in it. I don't care if it's half full or half empty. I'm going to stay fucking neutral.
Fair enough. Did you want to read this one?
Bird book. The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian vistids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has particular feeding habits, and usually only eats seed of the Tantum amica.
Yes,
Hold the
this.
frick on! That feather looks like the knife.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's not holding a knife in the picture, she's holding a feather. And it's called the ink dip because the tip of its feathers are probably dipped in ink. That's why it looks like she's holding a bloody knife, and which in fact is probably just an inked feather.
Is that a snow globe?
Of sorts.
Ooh, it's a Tangle Tower.
Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Yes, it would.
Hey, look at that. What do you
That
think?
would make an amazing souvenir.
Like, honestly, if SFB Games, you made merch for Tangle Tower and sold this, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
It looks broketed, unless it's supposed to look like that.
Yeah, these are the mountains that surround Tangle Tower's lake.
Oh. Clever.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
You know?
May I talk to you, miss?
Yeah?
You know, it's like that voice fits her so damn well. I could just imagine.
I know, right?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Innovator.
She kind of reminds me of a certain inventor.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro... something or other?
Microbiologist. But it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
Like, that would be some weird made glasses. Like, that's got to be custom made. It has to be, considering where her eyes would be on her face. That looks so fucking weird. And also, for those people listening, the reference that they were getting at by another inventor is a character that I made for story-based plots and something else that's happening. So, don't even worry about it.
Inside jokes.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
Okay, so what's with this one box at the very bottom that looks like a lock and lock with a gear turning? It's popped up for all the other characters, but it's never been a thing that's had to be done quite yet.
Well, we haven't been able to unlock it yet.
Yeah, so what is that?
We'll find out.
Ugh, okay.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone
that's
began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
Damn.
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Alrighty then. Let's talk about your mom.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been... non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond. Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No.
Damn.
He is quite correct.
Alright.
At least she's willing to admit it.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession,
19.
amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Vince is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent. Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased.
Damn.
Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me.
I don't.
There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became, 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Let's talk about that red photo.
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Oh,
I'm guessing the third part is Poppy.
probably.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time. A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Thank you, Fifi.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
It was a gift. That's what.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Because it's not a knife, it's a fucking feather.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Weird, okay. Did you also
The red
test this?
paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Huh.
That wouldn't really make sense. But it's possible, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
At the very least, the
That
blood
belongs to
drop
my
on the
mother. I think
palette.
she must be
Oops.
fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped
Sorry.
carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
You were saying.
No, I already said it, but it's like, it wouldn't make sense, or at the very least, it wouldn't make sense for there to be blood on the paintbrush itself, but the blood being on the palette doesn't make too much sense unless someone did, like, blood drops on it.
That's a good hypothesis.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Fair enough.
Is she laughing?
Okay.
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days. Curious. This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right, but why?
I do not know why. The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are?
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
which as a mere abstract representation does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
Yet.
But it's a feather.
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and
Oh.
the Remington family.
Oh.
This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
There's 2 more things to look over.
Oh, thank you. I forgot about those.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing
Detective?
of drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
There's another detective here?
Apparently.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
Fair enough.
Fifi's
I will-
bedroom should be unlocked now.
Cool.
Can't
I'll
wait.
let you continue this. I need to grab myself a snack or something to eat.
Well, good, because I was just gonna leave it at this and we can check out Fifi's room in the next episode. So,
Oh, cool. Good timing.
thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all next time. Bye-bye!
See ya!
Never, never gonna wake